حي على خير العمل، حي على خير العمل. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله. وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم محمد.
السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الحمد لله الذي يجيبني حين أناديه ويستر علي كل عورة وأنا أعصيه ويعظم النعمة علي فلا أجازيه. نحمده ونسبحه ونقدسه على آلائه ونعمائه، ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، إلها واحدا أحدا فردا صمدا قيوما، نؤمن له بالربوبية ونقر له بالعبودية. من يهدي الله فهو المهتدي، ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله، أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم على محمد وآل محمد كأفضل ما صليت وسلمت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. صل اللهم وسلم على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والأوصياء والأئمة الطيبين الطاهرين وعترة نبيك الطاهرين والخلص من أصحابه المنتجبين ومن تبعهم بإحسان وإيمان إلى يوم الدين. عباد الله، أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي بتقوى الله ولزوم أمره. يقول ربنا في كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: ولا تقف ما ليس لك به علم، إن السمع والبصر والفؤاد كل أولئك كان عنه مسؤولا. صدق الله العلي العظيم. The faculty of expression and speech and communication is God's greatest gift to mankind, to the humanity. Without this, we cannot communicate, we cannot express ourselves, we cannot relate to each other, we cannot live with each other. So this faculty and this gift has to be valued and appreciated and honored and used in the best way and the best manner. It shouldn't be misused. This is a responsibility. The responsibility of the speech. مسؤولية الكلام والحديث. It's very critical. Very critical how we speak and what we speak. فرب كلمة جلبت نقمة وسلبت نعمة. Sometimes you say a statement, that statement is going to bring a catastrophe into you and your family and probably your society. And it takes the blessings away from you. It would take the blessing and the mercy of God away from you. جلبت نقمة وسلبت نعمة. Thus, we have to be not just careful, but extra careful and cautious and mindful and guarded when we speak. We must select and choose what we say very carefully, very carefully, so we would not regret what we say. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. He taught us, He taught mankind speech. But what type of a speech? Just a speech? No. The intelligent speech. The logical. The one that is based on hikmah. Hikmah wal-maw'idat al-hasan. And the speech, when I say speech, it does not mean you have to stand here on this podium and address the congregation. Speech could be between two people. Between a husband and his wife. Two neighbors, two friends, two brothers. It's all considered a speech. And sometimes what we write is a speech too. We have to be extra careful in choosing our statements and our comments and our judgments. And this is how we are distinguished from animals. Al-insan, philosophers, this is how they define me and you. They don't say insan is a black or white or tall or short or rich or poor or... No. They don't care about these considerations. They say al-insanu haywanun natiq. He is an articulate creature. Articulate creature. You can articulate yourself. Animals cannot articulate themselves. They don't have the power of speech. They don't have the power of communication. They are not eloquent. Have you seen an animal who you can describe him as, wow, he's eloquent? No. Maybe they have a beautiful voice, like birds, but they are not articulate. Only us, we, the insan, could be articulate. Haywanun not. And therefore, because we have this faculty, God has gifted us with this faculty, we have more responsibility. We can build. You can build yourself with your good speech. You can build your family, your daughter, your son, your husband, your neighbor, your fellow citizens with your good speech. And also you can destroy. You can destroy yourself and others, again, with your own speech, with your own comment, with what comes out of your mouth. It's a double-edged weapon and sword. Therefore, we have to be extra mindful when we speak. Quran draws the lines for us. وَلَا تَقْفُ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ. The first responsibility is that you should not say what you don't know, or what is your knowledge is insufficient about it. Don't speak about it and don't comment. When your knowledge is insufficient about anything, when you ask anything, you don't have enough knowledge, then don't say. Don't judge. وَلَا تَقْفُ. Taqfu means utter. Do not utter. مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ. When you don't know. Or when your knowledge is not enough. Sometimes we think my knowledge is enough about this person, this cause, this group, but it is not enough. It's insufficient. Then we can say, and when we say, we have to observe God. God is listening. One time I asked a psychotherapist, what is the best way of guarding ourselves? He says the best way when you put monitors in your bedroom, in your kitchen, in your house, in your living room, in your car, they monitor what you say. I said, we already have this. We have these cameras installed by God. He can see us everywhere. It has an infrared, quality that can record you at midnight, when you are by yourself, when you are with others, when the weather is bad, when the weather is good. So let's remember that I'm being recorded. I'm being under surveillance. So I watch for my behavior, for what I say, for the way I judge others. We have to have taqwa. Taqwa is when you Taqwa, it means when you feel God is watching you, period. You feel God is watching you. There are cameras that are recording you. Today, science tells us that sound is a vibration. Vibration, and it is moved by these mechanical waves. And science tells us now that I'm speaking today, science has the ability that 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, they come and they collect and gather my sound waves. They can gather them after many years later. God has the same technology and even better. God says, whatever you speak, I can pick it up. I can pick it up. مَا يَلْفِظُ مِنْ قَوْلٍ. Whatever you say, qawl, speech, إِلَّا لَدَيْهِ رَقِيبٌ عَتِيدٌ. They pick it up and they record it. It's recorded. You can't get away with it. You can't say it wasn't me. This is the sound of someone else. مَا يَلْفِظُ مِنْ قَوْلٍ إِلَّا لَدَيْهِ رَقِيبٌ عَتِيدٌ. 2 guards are recording every sentence we say, every word we utter. We have to be careful. And there is a price for that. There is a price. When we stand before God, they're going to show us. We're going to hear what we said and to see what we did. And there is a price. There is a price tag for every sentence. For every sentence. And it is again mentioned in the Quran. Mentioned in Surah Al-Zilzila. إِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا وَأَخْرَجَتِ الْأَرْضُ وَأَثْقَالَهَا, until he says, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. The smallest action or word that you say and you do, it's recorded and you're going to see the result of it, whether good or bad. إِنَّكَ تُمْلِي. Amir al-Mu'mineen said, someone who was speaking bad, nonsense, he said to him, be watchful. إنك تملي على حافظيك كتابا إلى ربك فتكلم بما يعنيك ودع ما لا يعنيك. When you speak, the machine is recording. And who's going to see that? Your Lord. Not someone who's half asleep. Sometimes the judge, he doesn't read the document very well. The lawyer does not read the document. But God, he can read very well. لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. He reads very well. Everything you say, it is reported back to him, to his agency. فَتَكَلَّمْ بِمَا يَعْنِيكَ. When you speak, speak good and be responsible. And leave things that are not related to you. Don't delve into an area which is going to cause you trouble. Don't. Leave it alone. Because there is a responsibility. There is a price tag. When you speak, there is a price tag for that. Allah says about paradise something very good. Why paradise is nice? Not because it's decorated with beautiful mansions and homes. Not because of the fruit salad that they give us, or the shrimp or the salmon or these things. No. Allah says paradise is good and it is comfortable and pleasing because لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا تأثيما. You don't hear idle talks or vain talks there. Neither an incitement to sin, تأثيما. Neither someone is going to elude you into doing something bad. لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا تأثيما إلا قيلا سلاما سلاما. The talk, the conversation is very beautiful. Peaceful, beautiful, calming, brings you peace, inspires you with goodness, with joy, with happiness. إلا قيلا سلاما سلاما. This is why paradise is beautiful. Because of the quality of the speech. Because there is no nonsense there. لا يسمعون فيها لغوا. No lies, no backbitings, no slandering, no cheap talks, no bad accusation or false accusation of someone. You don't hear these things. This is why the quality is good. You have real peace of mind. When people mature, when people become responsible, when people use their brain and their mind and their reason in judging others, then nobody is going to be hurt. No one is going to be hurt. People are going to enjoy this environment of responsibility and maturity. When the person comes to the Prophet and he says, Ya Rasulullah, I did not do enough prayers, neither enough fasting, nor money I had to pay for charity. Do you think I will make it to paradise? The Prophet said, yes, indeed. But you have to observe 6 points. 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you observe them, I hold your hand and I take you with me to paradise. Two of these points, وَأَن تَحْفَظَ لِسَانَكَ مِنَ الْكَذِبِ وَالْغِيبَةِ. Guard your tongue from lying and backbiting. It's very hard for people to do that. Believe me, it's very hard. People, if you tell them to pray, they pray. Fast, they fast. Pay charity, go ziyarah, go hajj. But don't backbite, they say. They find it difficult. How can I not do that? I've been doing that for 50 years. You ask me to quit, I enjoy this. I enjoy backbiting. They can't. And therefore the Prophet puts this as a condition on your visa to paradise. If you want to get the visa, 10 years multiple to paradise, don't backbite. Stay away from hurting people and speaking evil about people. I think I read this hadith once here about how we should be careful about what we say. All of us, men, women, working. How we should be extra careful. The hadith says, عن أمير المؤمنين عليه الصلاة والسلام. من كثر كلامه كثر خطأه. The more you speak, the more you're going to commit mistakes. Definitely. This is why I advise myself to keep it short, Salatul Jum'ah. If you want to cut back on your mistakes, keep the speech short. من كثر كلامه كثر خطأه ومن كثر خطأه قل حياؤه. If you keep making mistakes, your honor is going to be reduced. your honor is going to be reduced. وَمَنْ قَلَّ حَيَاؤُهُ قَلَّ وَرَعُهُ. As a result of having less honor and dignity, you're going to have less piety and righteousness, less fear of God. قَلَّ وَرَعُهُ. وَمَنْ قَلَّ وَرَعُهُ مَاتَ قَلْبُهُ. Someone who loses his piety and righteousness and consciousness about God, his heart is going to die. His heart is going to die. مَاتَ قَلْبُهُ وَمَنْ مَاتَ قَلْبُهُ دَخَلَ النَّارِ. Definitely, when someone has a dead heart, dead conscience, he's going to go to fire, hellfire. He's not going to make it to paradise. We have a responsibility. We are proud to be the students of. We are very proud to be their followers. So we have to learn from them. We have to learn how to speak with our family members, with our friends, even with our enemies. Even with our enemies. وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمْ. Allah says, when your enemies, they address you aggressively and rudely, the answer is, وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامٌ. You take it easy. Salam. الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين نحمده ونسبحه ونقدسه على آلائه ونعمائه ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم على محمد وآل محمد كأفضل ما صليت وسلمت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وصل اللهم وسلم على خلفاء نبيك وأوصيائه وأهل بيته وأحبته علي أمير المؤمنين وقائد الغر المحجلين وعلى البضعة الطاهرة حبيبة نبيك فاطمة الزهراء أم الحسن والحسين وعلى الحسن والحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف الإمام الهادي المهدي الحجة بن الحسن المهدي عجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل مخرجه وجعلنا من أنصاره وأعوانه. عباد الله أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي المقصرة بتقوى الله ولزوم أمره. Tomorrow is the 25th of the month of Shawwal, the anniversary of the martyrdom of our sixth Imam, Al-Imam Abu Abdullah Ja'far ibn Muhammadin al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam. This iconic figure in ilm, in knowledge, in fiqh, in tafsir, in other sciences, and an iconic figure of akhlaq, and tolerance, and patience. Truly the grandson of the Prophet ﷺ, not just through his blood and his family, but most importantly through his character. Today we have many Sayyids who are related by blood to the Prophet. We have them in Iraq, in Iran, in Pakistan, in India, in China. But they are the farthest in their akhlaq, the farthest from the Prophet ﷺ. So this type of Sayyid does not help. Recycle it. Throw it in the recycle. Doesn't help you. It helps you when you uphold the character of your grandfather Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Being Sayyid helps you when you follow the tradition, the sunnah, the manners, the akhlaq, the piety of Ahlul Bayt, of the Prophet, of Fatima al-Zahra, of Amir al-Mu'mineen, of our Imam al-Sadiq. Imam Malik, the greatest faqih, jurist, and he has a large following in North Africa and other countries. Imam Malik says, كنت عندما أنظر إلى جعفر بن محمد الصادق أعرف أنه من سلالة النبيين. By just looking at the face of this Imam, automatically I realized he's a descendant of messengers and prophets. I met a Moroccan Imam in Belgium 2 years ago. I went to Brussels. I was invited to speak at one of the mosques that not only the Imam but most of the congregants in that mosque embraced the school of Ahlul Bayt. The Imam is in his 70s. I said to him, Maulana, what brought you to the school of Ahlul Bayt? He said, back in the 60s, I went to Najaf to visit the shrine of Imam Ali, and I was not Shia, but they took me to visit one of the Maraja. When I looked at his face, I imagined that this is Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I saw piety, righteousness, ikhlas in his face. He attracted me. That was the first impression. That was my very first impression. وَتُذَكِّرُكُمْ بِاللَّهِ رُؤْيَتُهُ. The Prophet says, if you sit with someone that reminds you of God. وَتُذَكِّرُكُمْ وَيُرَغِّبُكُمْ بِالْآخِرَةِ عَمَلُهُ. His deeds, his manners would attract you to the akhirah. This is Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam. Not just he wrote books. Any person can write a book. But he violates his own principles in that book. In the book he writes something, outside in his family, in his life he does something else. Imam al-Sadiq, he followed this book exactly, step by step. Akhlaq al-Anbiya, the manners of Anbiya. And Imam al-Sadiq says to his Shia, to you, if you consider yourself his Shia, listen to this please. He says to his Shia, كونوا زينا لنا ولا تكونوا شينا علينا. Be a source of attraction and a beauty, an adornment for us, not a source of ugliness for Ahlul Bayt. How can you become a source of a beauty for Ahlul Bayt? How? Isn't it through your manners? Isn't it through your akhlaq? The way you behave in your family as a role model? You are a father, you have to be a role model in your family. You have a big responsibility. You are a mother. You have to be a role model in your family. You have to be a leader so you can inspire your children. You are a neighbor. Be a good neighbor to your neighbor. So when you leave the neighborhood, your neighbor is going to say, I missed him. He was the best neighbor to me. Even if you don't share religion with him. Even if you don't share color with him. You are a citizen in your community. Be a good citizen so people can miss you. People can love you. كونوا زينا لنا. Be a source of attraction. Someone who lies would not be a source of attraction to Imam al-Sadiq and to Ahlul Bayt. Someone who cheats and deceives cannot be a source of attraction. Someone who steals, whether he steals from Muslim or non-Muslim, whether he steals from a shopkeeper, a small shopkeeper or a giant corporation, still the same. Haram is haram. Some people say, I would not steal from my friend, my neighbor, but this giant corporation, they make billions of dollars, so I steal. No, you cannot steal. If they steal, you can't steal. ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى. If they steal and you steal, then you become like them. You don't become like Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam. Be careful, do not depart from your tradition. Today, over 300 million, they call themselves Shia in many countries. I wonder how many of them they truly follow the tradition of Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam. How many? If Bani Umayyah and Bani al-Abbas, they did injustice to Ahlul Bayt, we should not do injustice to them. We should be kind to them. Bani Umayyah and Bani al-Abbas, they tortured them physically, persecuted them. We, the Shia, we torture Ahlul Bayt mentally and spiritually when we don't follow them. When we are not good followers of them, not honest followers of them. They get tortured. We should stop that. We should be good Shia. Tomorrow, the 25th of Shawwal, the anniversary of the departure of this man who gave his life 65 or 67 years to serve Islam, to serve the truth. Do you know that Imam al-Sadiq was not sectarian? In his session, in his majlis, in his school, in his class, there were other madahib, other religions, not just other schools within Islam, other religions, some Jews, some Christians, and some atheists were his students. And he would give his lesson. Some people listen, they benefit from it, they disseminate that. Some people would exploit that. They would not benefit from it. Abu Hanifa was his student, Imam Malik, Sufyan al-Thawri, and many others. At certain points, his students were counted at 4,000 students. 4,000 students in Masjid al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. 4,000 students. Many of them are jurists, fuqaha, mufassirin, exegists of the Holy Quran. He was not sectarian. He gave his knowledge to mankind, was generous. He did not say, this is from my tradition, I take care of him, that one is not, I kick him out. This is how we should be. We welcome people. All people are welcome. Whether they agree with me or they disagree with me. Whether they agree with Ahlul Bayt or disagree with Ahlul Bayt. We welcome them. We have to open our arms. Do you know how many times during Friday prayers, some brothers, they come here, as soon as they see Allah, Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein, they make a U-turn. They ask for other masjid. Okay, it's good. Freedom of choice. I'm not worried about that. Freedom of choice. And we should not worry too. The messengers and the prophets, they open their arms. Some of them respond, some of them don't. But for each one has a result tomorrow. Allah says, فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. If you want to believe, come and believe. If you want to reject, reject. But remember, there is one day waiting for you. It's called the Day of Judgment. You have to bring your answer on that day. Before I conclude, let me say this. We have our 17th youth camp, 17th annual summer youth retreat, which is coming soon, inshallah, August 11th until 14th, and we have some deficit, big deficit, because this camp cost us $338 per person. We are charging the campers less than $250. Some of them $250, some of them $200. So the masjid has to pay the deficit, which is $138 per camper. And if we have 70 or 80 of them, that number is really big, more than $10,000. Now, why do we do this? Because we have a free time. I have free time. I don't have a free time, I'm telling you. I'm always busy. But because I believe in this cause, I have seen some of your children, sons and daughters, they come here and they get transferred into better people, better children to their parents, better citizens, better Muslims in this country. And we need our young generation to be good. We can't afford to lose the Muslim generation in this country. We have enough enemies in this country who are turning against us. We can't afford to have our children turn against Islam tomorrow. They come, they learn. And ask those who have been there, many of them are sitting here, many of them are fathers. Ahmed Hakim is a father now. He's been coming since the first one in 1994 when we had the first one. They really changed. They learned. It's a good environment. It's not a boring environment. We have everything for them. We have entertainment, we have a sport, we have social activities, intellectual activities. They can ask freely about their Islam. They can debate, they can question, they can interact. So it's a good environment, which is worth it. Today, if you go to Disneyland today, how much they charge you today? 100 and what? $20? $160 plus the food that you eat. You leave Disneyland with a bill of $300. This is 3 nights overlooking the ocean, majestic ocean in Cambria, beautiful scene, overlooking the Pacific Ocean. People fly from Japan and China to come to see the Pacific Ocean here. So it is not 4 hours. Brother Mehdi, can you stand? Although you are tall enough, mashallah. Brother Mehdi has envelopes, and Sister Hadil Al-Amin, may Allah protect her, a good sister to us. So please, if you can sponsor one, at least one, 200 and how much is the one? Let's say $300 with the transportation. So try to help us out with this cause. This is a good cause. Your money is not wasted, believe me. I give you my word, my promise. Your money, when you give it to this cause, is not wasted. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Is credit card optional here as well? They can write credit cards.
Can you turn and say that?
So,
Yeah.
so there's credit card option here, so you can put your credit card and address and everything. I also have the credit card device here that if you wanted to run it now, right after the prayer is done, I will be at the door. And then you could also put cash and check as well.
أحسنت brother Mehdi. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات تابع اللهم بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات إنك غافر الخطيئات إنك ماحي السيئات وجاعلها حسنات إنك على كل شيء قدير وعجل اللهم في فرج سيدنا ومولانا صاحب العصر والزمان وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثواب الفاتحة مع الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.